This is the easiest villager breeding farm for Minecraft Bedrock 1.19. This farm easily breeds up to 8 villagers in just a couple minutes. This farm works by feeding 2 villagers, then a baby villager gets pushed down into the water. Once the villagers are ready to be moved, you simply push a button, then the villagers will automatically move to their stations. Which also means you can make this farm automatic and automatically send villagers to other farms. Before we get started, make sure to prep an area of 9 by 13 blocks and 6 blocks tall. If you want the exact dimensions, then pause and pay attention to the red blocks in the middle. Make sure your build is also 150 blocks away from any village. If you're watching this tutorial for an iron farm or raid farm, then you will also have to be 150 blocks away from those too. Any farm that uses a village mechanic will break the breeder farm when in close proximity. The materials needed for today's build are 53 blocks of your choice, 4 glass blocks, 1 dispenser, 1 dropper, 1 piston, 2 buttons, 1 lever, 7 rails, 1 minecart, a stack of bread. You can also use carrots or potatoes, 5 trapdoors, 10 beds, and a water bucket. You will also need to be able to transport 2 villagers to your farm. If you guys didn't already know, all my tutorials are posted on Mends.com. Here you can search for a tutorial, download the world I used in the video, and if my video ever becomes outdated, the post will be updated and modified monthly so that you can get the utmost current information possible. Consider checking out the site in the description below, Mends.com. Be a part of an everlasting mending community today. Alright, let's begin. So if you already got the dimensions all figured out, then we can start by walking over to the left border edge. Count forward by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can place a rail right here to the right, then a block here staircasing up diagonal to the right. Then you can place more rails on top of those blocks. Then you can finish the staircase just like this. So if we come down and count, there should be 4 diagonal of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Alright, now just place your rails on top of the blocks. Make sure everything looks just like this before you continue. Now we can place a temporary block here, then a glass block to the right, then break your temporary block, place 2 blocks down here like so, then place 2 temporary blocks here, and place 2 blocks to the side of those. Now you can break the temporary blocks. Alright, pretty easy so far, hope so. Come to the back side and place a temporary block here, then in the front you can place a piston just like this. Break the temporary block, come back over to place your button right here on the piston. Flick the button just to test it, working as it should. Place a trapdoor on this block and flick it down. Here's a third-person perspective for safe measures. A quick little walk around won't hurt the build. Here's another third-person perspective for the backside. Alright, place a temporary block here, then break it. Bring it out by 2 blocks to the left, and 2 blocks to the right. Hopefully this makes sense. Should total to 5 across. Extend them toward yourself by 1, so place another 5. Just like that. Place a block on the piston and extend the layer upward exactly like you did on the bottom. Alright, perfect. Another short walk around to help you guys out. So everything should now look symmetrical to my build. You can also come up to the top and place a block on the piston. Here is an overtop angle for how everything should be looking so far. Alright, so back in the front, place a glass block here. On this side, place 4 blocks just like this. Place 2 trapdoors directly right here. Go ahead and flick them up, then crouch and place 2 more trapdoors on those ones. Might be a tad bit tricky. Then flick those up as well, and it should look like a wall. Over here you can place 2 blocks, then place your final 2 glass blocks on top of them. Place 2 blocks here, then 3 blocks here. Another walk around for you guys, and hopefully that is helping. Place a dispenser here, not a dropper. Place your button on the right, test it to hear it click to make sure it's working. Place your single rail here. Now it's not required, however you can place more rails to the right. This is ideal if you want to make some sort of station system that automatically sends the villagers somewhere. I would recommend just placing some extra rails like this for when the villagers push the minecart. You can just place a block wherever you want the rails to end, but again, this is not required for the farm to function. Climb up the stairs on the left, place 2 blocks here, 2 more blocks here, and before closing the ceiling up, place your water bucket on this block. This will push the villagers onto the other corner when they drop. Now you can place 2 blocks to close it up. Here's a quick walk around in multiple perspectives. We'll also go to the right as well, double check and make sure your build looks just like mine. And here's one last final angle. Remember guys, there's also a world download in the description just in case you're struggling with the tutorial. Feel free to also join the Discord server if you have any questions. So the container for your villager farm is now complete. Now you have to put 2 villagers inside of the container. First, get 2 villagers near your farm. To move the villagers, you can either use minecarts like this or boats for them to travel. You can also use a lead to pull the boat with the villager in it. If you don't know how to board a villager inside of a minecart or boat, you literally just place it like this and push the villager into it. So now go ahead and place a minecart just like this. Then you want to get a villager inside of the minecart. I'll be using the boat method. We'll just slowly flip a U-turn and reverse back into the minecart like this. Don't worry, I do have a license. As soon as the boat reaches far into the minecart, you can hop out and break the boat. And as you can see, the villager will go into the minecart. Go up to the top and place 3 temporary blocks just like this. Go back to the bottom and push the minecart up the hill into the container. You'll just break the minecart once the villager is in, or hit the villager. Then you just want to do this one more time. You only want 2 villagers in the container. Now back up at the top, place 3 temporary blocks just like this. Alright, now down here at the bottom, place your dropper, not a dispenser, like this. We want to place the dropper downward towards our 2 villagers. Back up at the top, we can break our temporary blocks we just placed. We can make sure every side has no face, meaning it's facing downward. Everything looks fine. Put some food into the dropper, then place your lever on top of it. Don't flick it down just yet. Alright, we are almost done. This is where our villagers are going to breed. For the last part of this tutorial, simply place 3 temporary blocks here. Place a bed to the far left, wait for the green particles to appear, then place your second bed next to it. Wait for the green particles again, now place the rest of your beds like this. Break the blocks below the beds, might be a little bit tricky in survival. Then place the rest of your beds below these beds. Once you do that, your village breeder is now complete. Flick the lever a couple times back up at the top. This will feed the villagers food, forcing them to breed. You don't have to equally distribute food to them since they'll automatically do that themselves. After a couple minutes, your villagers should start breeding. If the villagers aren't breeding, you can try giving them more food. If the baby villagers don't automatically go into the water, you can just push the button here and the piston will push it down. Remember to fill this dispenser up with minecarts. Once the baby villagers are ready, push this button here and the baby villager will automatically go into the minecart. If your baby villager isn't automatically dropping at all, try breaking these blocks. Since we placed 10 beds, that means we can hold up to 8 baby villagers. After you reach 8, your villagers will stop breeding. When this happens, all you have to do is move your baby villagers 150 blocks away from the farm. Congratulations on building this farm. You are now all set to go. Alright guys, that concludes today's video. Go ahead and leave a like to support more high quality content in the future. Join our Discord server if you want to be a part of an everlasting mending community. As always, bye-bye.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9.